Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Mishra and I do videos all things budgeting, and you'll see some home organization stuff sprinkled in there because we lived in a basement apartment for 7 years and then we finally moved to a 3-bedroom townhouse that has a backyard and a basement. So really I just filmed them so that I can try and be more on top of my home organization stuff. But in today's video, what we're going to do is, I didn't do a November reset video. I don't really know why, but so what I'm gonna do, we're just gonna do a little bit of a November recap, and then after that, I'm gonna give a debt update. And so, yeah, the month of November, I think I didn't really do a budget. I did a budget kind of off camera type thing, but I am not the best at budgeting with variable income. So I think kind of not really knowing what was going to happen in the month, it was just kind of hard to know exactly how much or what I wanted to do or what categories I wanted to do outside of the basic stuff that I do on a regular basis. And so I got a new planner. So my other planner ended basically in October. My other planner wasn't dated. So this is the Erin Condren planner. And my other one wasn't dated, but this one is dated. And so I chose this one because the Focus planner, it didn't have this kind of shiny cover. And my kids basically drew on it. So I thought I needed something that had a little bit more protection. And then even though it started in September, I got it in October, I figured I would use some of the beginning pages as kind of a debt tracker or a bill payment tracker. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. And so I just kind of jot my stuff down in here after I do my Excel spreadsheet. I like to kind of just have both to look at. I guess as we go through the budget, we'll find any other areas that need to be updated. So let's get into that. Okay, so we're gonna start with our November budget. I just kind of wanted to show you something. So since January, we were kind of on a reduced income from what we were used to budgeting the month before. And my husband had a lot of variable income in the beginning, basically up until maybe July. And so just to show you kind of how variable it is. So if we look back at August, you see here, I had budgeted $3,000 from financial services. So this ended up being around $2,800. So that was good, but our actual regular income stayed the same. So this is always kind of not guaranteed. And so that's the kind of part that makes me uneasy in the month. And so now if we look at November, our expected income was $6,180, but we brought in, because we've received all of our pays for this month so far, we brought in $6,437. And then this is the same, this was the same, but then other income. So notice how in the previous month, financial services, there was income, but in other income, there wasn't anything. And then now in financial services, we only received $40 of income. But in other income, that's where we kind of got a lot more extra money. So other income. So in the month of November, we received money from the government for our children. It was $600. And this was just an incentive from the government because our kids had been out of school. So kind of just to put money back in parents' pockets, basically. So that was that. And then I received $749 from my insurance company, because if you are new here, or I can't remember if I mentioned it, one of our cars was in a car accident. So we're still in the process of settling all of that, but they had refunded us all the car insurance that we had paid since the end of July or the beginning of August. So that was $749. And then we also had to scrap our car. So then we also got income, a check for scrapping our car. So that's not something that's regular. It's definitely new. So that's not something that we would expect next month. So next month, I don't really see any extra income coming in. So it would mostly just be this that we have to budget. But anyways, let's go back down to our expenses. This is more of our fixed expenses. They don't deviate too much. So you'll see here, not too much different from what we budgeted. Parking. So now that we only have one car, our parking is only $80. So internet, insurance, our subscriptions. So I did cancel a couple of subscriptions, but that's not really reflected here for this month. And then, so I budgeted $220 because when I first did this budget, I knew that we weren't gonna have the car anymore. So if you remember in last month, our car insurance, and there's a little bit of renter's insurance, a little bit of life insurance in there. Our car insurance, the total was closer to $440. So this used to be $400, but now I'm expecting it to be around $250. I'm filling this a couple of days before the end of the month, so it's supposed to come out tomorrow. And then our cell phone, same. If we just go over to our debt payments now, so we don't have our car anymore, but we still have a car payment. So we have less than a year to pay, but basically we don't officially have our car loan anymore, but we just have a personal loan that we're just paying back over the next like 10 months to cover our car. But we weren't able to salvage our car if we had a lien on it, so we had to kind of maneuver in order to pay off the actual car loan. Our credit card, so this was the minimum payment on our credit card. We did pay extra, but it's not exactly extra. We just paid some at the beginning of the month that we didn't end up paying last month, and then our consolidation loan, so that is regular. Okay, now up to our variable expenses. So we had budgeted $600 for groceries, $400 for fuel. I budgeted $600 for shopping, and I think I budgeted this because I knew that we were getting the money for the kids, so I wanted to get their winter stuff. $400 for pets, $200 for miscellaneous, and $300 for kids. So I don't know, somewhere in there it was budgeted for the kids. So, but you'll notice that this is kind of like our area where we don't do so well in our budget, because sometimes we'll either forget to take stuff out for dinner, or we're just kind of like, long day, don't really want to deal with cooking, that type of thing. So you'll notice here, we didn't budget anything for dining out, but this month we did a lot. So you notice our grocery budget though is less, but we definitely, even this combined still goes over the $600. So that's something that we have to tighten up in the month of December, especially if we're not going to have any additional income in that month. Fuel, we did pretty good because we haven't been driving as much. We only have one car, so that wasn't too bad. Shopping. So let me just look over here to see what I did, because I'm not that great at tracking my expenses like in a spreadsheet every day, every week. I just use the Mint app. And so I like the Mint app because it automatically categorizes your stuff. Sometimes you have to go back and kind of see what that's about. But that's what I did. So I just kind of put in the totals here. So shopping, okay, we do have some pharmacy. My kids were sick a lot this month and have been since the beginning of school. And then other shopping, it's just Walmart. So in our grocery, we normally do our groceries at Walmart, but sometimes we go to Walmart and I don't track it. So there might be some grocery items, some might not be grocery items. So some of this additional shopping could potentially just be some little grocery items that we pick up here and there, but I didn't track it as groceries, basically, because I'm not that good at tracking. Okay, and then so pets, so that's our pet, and then personal. So included in this personal amount is my husband's lunches for work. And then what else do we have here is personal? Oh, and then so $361. So we had to fix our iPad and my daughter's cell phone screen. So it was $361. That I am getting reimbursed for, but I included that in my income. So that's kind of like a wash. And then car. So yeah, we had additional car expenses for the month. Our car is kind of going, our other car, now we only have one, but it's kind of going downhill. So I'm just really hoping that we don't have too much that we have to do with it. So that's basically how November went. You can see down here that we budgeted $2,500, but I also, you know, our income is more than I thought it was going to be. So that's why you'll see, like, I didn't mind doing some of this other stuff. Oh, and then another category, sorry, home. So I had birthday money, plus we used some of the extra money that we got to put our house together, because if you've seen any of my organization videos, we moved in, but you know, it was already a big expense just having to afford the additional rent. So we didn't really furnish our place as much, and we didn't come with a lot of stuff. So we're able to get a rug for our living room. We got a Christmas tree. We just got a couple of things here and there. I think we got like a vacuum, just to kind of make our place feel more homely and more put together. So because we did have some of this extra income, we decided to take the time and actually invest in that portion of our home. You'll see kids here. We did purchase winter gear for our kids. So that's what was in that category. So we figured it might have a little bit of extra money, might as well do it now because winter is coming. So overall, not too bad. Definitely our grocery budget, and we're really trying just to be on top of it. Like, we might have to try and meal prep or something like that. If you guys have any tips below, or what you do to save on groceries or meal prepping for the week, or what you do to kind of like make sure that you're not eating out as much, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, and so how does it compare to what we budgeted for? We definitely spent more. It says total remaining $721. And so I do have money in my account still, but I feel like this isn't completely accurate to what we have remaining. And I think part of it is because some of the income that we received, like some of our side income that we received maybe like November 1st or 2nd, I actually used it to pay our rent. So even though it came in at the beginning of the month, technically we used it for our November 1st rent, which normally I would use October income for that, and November income to pay December 1st rent. So, I mean, I think that is why there's $700 here, but I don't think I'll end up with necessarily $700 rollover for next month. Now for our debt confession update. So the last one I did, I think, was the end of August, so the beginning of September. So I just have my thing written down. So for my credit card number one, so right now, you know, since we moved, we don't have a lot of extra income. My husband got a new job in July, but kind of in the off season, they have reduced hours. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now. And if you've seen my previous video, you know that we did a debt consolidation loan. So there's 0 interest. So that's basically how our debt is going down at this point in time. So for our credit card number one, it's still at $1,000. So we do pay some of this down every month, but then whether it's through subscriptions that fill it up again and then interest, it's basically, we'll just say that it stays at $1,000. So that's just that. And then for our second credit card, and then also, again, this is just my debt. I don't have my husband's debt included. He's not as free sharing as I am. So for this credit card, similar thing, like we do pay it down every month, but then after interest accrues, the balance doesn't really change, and we're not working at putting extra money on this debt right now. So the balance for that is $6,500. So the last time the starting balances are from June 1st, when I first started tracking these debts. And then so our loan, so this is the consolidation loan, and this is where you'll see more of the change. So back in June, it was $32,513, but now we have gotten it down to $28,750.70. So that's gone down quite a bit. And then our car loan. So like I said earlier, we don't have our actual car loan anymore, but we still are paying off the car. So before the accidents and all that stuff, we had less than a year, or almost, well, from August, basically, we had a year left on our car loan. So back in June, the balance was $8,251.96. But now we have left to pay off our car $4,800. So that's not too bad. And so if we add up all of that current debt right now, we have $41,050.70. So basically our debt has gone down by $7,214, and it says 70 cents, but I think that's actually supposed to be 69 cents. Oh, 71 cents and 71 cents. So since June 1st, we've paid down just over $7,200 worth of debt. I think that is really good, and I'm happy with that. I know on a monthly basis, our cash flow isn't as big, but I at least know that we are paying down our debt as time goes by, which is really, really good. I can't wait to have that money back in our pockets every single month, and then we can continue to grow. Oh, and one other thing that I forgot to mention is my investments. So since the beginning of March, I started doing the employer match, or my employer started doing the employer match because we didn't really offer anything before. And so since then, I've been able to, let me just open it up here. In my account now, invested was $3,224.50, but it went up 4.9%, or the average rate of return is 4.9% right now. So the balance in the account is $3,304.50. So alongside me focusing on paying off my debt in the background, so this number just comes directly off of my payroll, and then it's matched. I've been able to save $3,300. So yeah, anyway, so while you're paying down debt, you don't have to just necessarily focus all your energy on paying on debt. You can also utilize things like your employer match, which kind of doubles the amount of money that you are putting towards saving and investing at the same time. So that's what I'm choosing to do. Sometimes I do think, oh, I could take that money and put it towards my debt every month, but I'd be missing out on the employer match. So that's something that I personally do not want to do at this time. Okay, so my son has come in here like 3 or 4 times in the last 4 minutes. So I can't remember exactly what I was saying, but yeah, so we can't really throw that much at our debt right now, but lo and behold, it is still going down. And yeah, so hopefully I'll probably maybe do the debt update maybe every other month. I think, because there's not too much going on, I think that would be pretty adequate. Yeah, so thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.